swipe been left undelivered for the last 3 days. I can't afford a rage room.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. Now, today's episode, guys, has left me speechless, so you will be the judge of which bad female aspect takes the crown on this episode. Is it their unreasonable expectations? Is it their delusion? Is it their massive coping? Because today's episode, guys, is about women being single over 30. And then for our article story, we have a woman that gets into a friends with benefits relationship and things don't turn out the way she expected. Very surprising. But now, gentlemen, let's get started.
Here are my top 5 most annoying things that people say to me as a chronically single 30-year-old as I get ready for my 10th baby shower of the year. Okay, so number 1 has to be, it will happen when you're not looking. Have you seen it out there? There is not much to look at, okay? I'm certainly not looking. I don't know if I need to be blindfolded and take some extra measures, but I promise you, I'm not looking. Number 2, which is contradictory to number 1, you have to put yourself out there. And it's always followed up with, have you tried dating apps? No, Karen, I've never thought of that foreign concept before. And let me just say, the dating apps aren't it, okay? You know the leftovers that you have in the fridge that you forgot about from 2 weeks ago that are all the way in the back? That's what's on dating apps. There's nothing to look at. I also just say that I travel a lot. Like, I am gone.
Wait a minute. So she compared the dating apps to the leftovers on the fridge, you know, which, gentlemen, just begs the question, why is it that when you ask women about dating apps, they will always tell you that they are bad, they don't serve any purpose, that they've had only terrible experiences on there? So then why are you still there? You know? And why do we have so many women on dating apps trying to find love and hopeless romantics over there, gentlemen, when they all know they serve no purpose other than to get free validation and attention, which is why they're there for. Now let's continue.
That's what's on dating apps. There's nothing to look at. I also just say that I travel a lot. Like, I am gone in a new city almost every weekend. I'm out there. I'm screaming for the rooftops if you look at the rest of my TikTok. I am
Oh, gentlemen, let's continue.
single, I am 30, and I am waiting for a husband. Can't say looking because I'm supposed to not be looking.
Damn, she travels a lot. In fact, a new city every week. Ampu, what do you think about that? Well, I agree, mate. Couldn't have said it better myself. Guys, translation. I hook up with a different chat every other week. That's the translation. I go to all these cities with all these bad boys. I go out clubbing. I sleep around. Right? That's the whole vibe. Oh, Hidan, she's not like that. Sure, guys, sure. Sure, not everyone who travels doesn't sleep around often. Yeah, maybe there's this 1 in 1,000 exception, but come on now. She's single. She's 30. Thirsty for attention and male validation, and she's trying to fill the massive void that not having a husband, you know, makes in her life with random hookups. Just a massive red flag. But gentlemen, just a second of appreciation, as this Ampu was sponsored and financed by the people who have joined me on Patreon. Thank you a lot for your donations. They really help keep the channel afloat. So thank you a lot, gentlemen. This Ampu was sponsored by you. And if you've missed last videos, you can come join me on Patreon, have a look. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, and you can already see this first video posted there if you do. But now, gentlemen, let's continue with this woman's red flags.
Number 3 is always funny because I could tell it's like a pity one. You're still so young. No, you still have so much time. I'm 30. If I wait any longer, my friends' kids will be old enough to date me. I don't have time. No, I don't. Barely got any left. It's fine. Number 4, date older. And when they say date older, you know that they mean like 10 years older, right? So now we're looking at a 40-year-old man that's single, probably hasn't been married yet, and they want me to date him, date older. Does anybody else see the red flags there? 40, never married, still single. No, I don't think dating older is gonna work, but thank you for your unsolicited.
Now that's a good question. Does anyone see the red flags there? 30, single, surrounded by women who are married and already have children, yet she's single at 30 and she travels a lot, guys. She just travels a lot to all these different cities, but doesn't sleep around with men in there. Don't get confused. She's been celibate for the last 10 years. You know, the period that she's been single after breaking up with her only serious boyfriend. Guys, this is a very traditional woman.
Solicited advice. And then number 5, don't settle. Well, Linda, I wouldn't have made it this far if I planned on settling. Now would I have? Someone, for the love of God, please help me.
Well, there you have it, guys. Madam, I'm sad to inform you, help is not coming your way, most certainly. There's just a very clear distinction, guys, between women that are good dating options and women that are bad dating options. Women that are good dating options, they're like warm bread, you know, they just sold out immediately. Women that are bad at dating, guys, they're these leftovers that, you know, while all my friends are married and have children, and here I am, and I'm traveling a lot, and all these chads are free sampling me, but nobody will put a ring on my finger. Very clear distinction. More red flags than a communist parade, guys, if you ask me. But if there, let's say something good about this one, right? The one green flag I see in this woman is that she's actually a bit clever. Not enough to keep her off the dating apps, but a bit clever to at least realize that, yes, I am single because I am not settling, and I could have settled for a lot of guys that probably would have made my life easier and better, but I didn't. And she also realizes that, yes, she is old. We actually heard it, guys. You heard it her first. A woman saying that 30 is not young, that 30 is not the new 20. So, gentlemen, let's move on now to our next TikTok.
I hate when I tell people that I only date men with money and they think that I'm dating them for their money. Like, no, I have my own motion. I just need you to have some too. And then what's even worse is when they're like, oh, don't worry about money. Make sure he's kind, or he has a relationship with God, or he treats you well, or he's tall, whatever. Why are we selecting 5 out of 8? Why can't we have it all? Why are we limiting ourselves? Like, money and kind is not mutually exclusive. They can do both.
Well, you see, guys, they can do both. They can be, you know, have good principles and abide by them, and also be a 6'5" multimillionaire. Who says they can't, alright? And there's a comment here from my dude, Brian Jackson asks, so if you're not dating men for money, that means you're okay with 50-50, right? No, Brian, no, that's not what it means, in fact. These women, guys. Now, of course, if you ask her, well, but what money are you okay with? She'll tell you, well, I don't really want a millionaire, you know. Kind of overdoing with the 6'5". They don't really expect a 6'5". But guys, their list of demands is so long that if they were to roll it, right, it will reach their legs. So many demands, guys. And I just got 3 things to say, right? God bless our troops. God bless America. No, wait, that's a different thing. I got other 3 things to say. First off, what makes you think that this Prince Charming on a white horse that fulfills all your demands exists, right? Second thing, even if he were to exist, right? Even if that's the case, why will he commit to you, right? We have a woman, guys, that is not the most gifted in terms of attractiveness. Let me frame it that way. So what will make this man commit to you? I just don't get it. But anyway, gentlemen, let's continue now with our last TikTok, and then we'll move on to our article story.
You want to know something? The reason why horrible people are always who you end up attracting, who you're...
Guys, I'm going to pause it right here just to tell Ampu to hide, because he does not want, in fact, to hear this woman talk again. Are you ready, guys, to find out why these women are not getting good relationships? Well, find out.
in relationships with. I'm going to tell you why. It's not the basic shit you've heard. You are so beautiful, like so gorgeous. Your aura is so insane. Everything about you just oozes 10 out of 10. Like, you are so fantastic that only a delusional person could believe that they have a chance with you. Only a delusional, insane person could bring themselves to come up to someone like you that's a goddess. And unfortunately, that typically ends up being narcissists, manipulators. Like, that is why you keep ending up in relationships with them, because the pool of people who are coming up to you are insane, and they have to be insane because you are like so fire. Who else is going to come up to you? Who else will have the guts, the audacity to come up to you? Because you're really that girl. What?
Well, you see, guys, this is why they're not landing a good man. Because they are so good, they are so perfect, angel-like. Jesus Christ reincarnate. They're not mere mortals like all of us pigs, you know. They're so good, guys, that sane people, what they do is they say, all right, I can't be with this goddess. I just can't. I'm a mere mortal. I cannot be with such a enlightened being. And so it's only the delusional ones, the delusional men, the bad boys, it's only them that are insane enough to date them. Guys, if that is not the biggest cope I've ever seen, probably in my entire life, I don't know what is. And first comment here, guys, with 60,000 likes, says, think about it, bugs are attracted to the lights. Well, I'll tell you what else they're attracted to. They are attracted to crap. So make of that what you will. But gentlemen, let's move on to our article story titled, Didn't Realize We Weren't Friends with Benefits. I matched with a man on Tinder early July. Both of us at the time were let's see the vibe kind of people, so we didn't go with defined expectations. Translation for those on the back, let's see the vibe, meaning you can pump and dump me for a couple of months, and then when the free trial ends, you can leave, and I'll pretend that I'm mad and that I expected a relationship out of it. The translation of let's see the vibe. After a couple months of him not asking me out or even to his place and only coming over to mine at night, like no daylight activities and low texting, I chalked this up to a friends with benefits thing and continued to date other people for a bit. So devaluing your body with one man who you see has no serious intentions with you is not enough. You need to be 304ing around and devaluing your body even more. I tell you guys, these women that end up single, for them it's like a race. It's like, oh, how can I crash into the wall as fast as possible? How can I trash my life in the best way possible? Just all the fatherless behavior. Through that, I found myself saying friends with benefits wouldn't treat me like this, or friends with benefits wouldn't do this, or will never. In a wistful way, I discovered I was developing feelings for friends with benefits. Like, dang, too bad he's not into me like that. I love how if this guy brought up a relationship, probably in the first week, she would have said, ew, no. Because she would have seen it as, you know, the guy is trying to take away a God-given right to 304 around. So if the guy was asking for a relationship in the beginning, she would have bailed. But because he doesn't seem interested, oh no, I'm starting to develop feelings for him. The whole thing's backwards. Eventually I told him I wanted more than to be his booty call. This is when the free trial ends. And well, I got a shock because he said he never considered me like that at all. He's into me and has been. We met up later that night, my house, and the connection outside of S3X was wonderful. Talking for hours, being goofy, like a weight was taken off of us. Well, how the turntables, am I right, gentlemen? What a plot twist we have here. So the guy supposedly is into her, and can you imagine that this guy is not aware that this woman was having S3X with other people? Like, in this guy's head, they've been exclusive, or at least he's not aware of the fact that she's kissing him with the same lips she ate some other Chad's sausage the previous night. Very disgusting. This was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to process this. Has this ever happened to anyone, where you think you're friends with benefits only to learn the other person was into you the whole time and they were even surprised you thought this. No, it hasn't happened to me because I don't do this fatherless immoral behavior. So not my field of expertise. I keep going back and revisiting moments to see what I missed. There were subtle clues, I guess, but either I thought he was just being really nice or they were too ambiguous. And what do I do about the fact that when we meet, it is in such limited circumstances? Like, why not ask me out? Update. Whoa, this got a lot of attention. Everyone who mentioned our sole lack of communication is absolutely right. A lot of this should have been talked about or intentions set from the beginning. It wasn't, and now I'm foolish. So long gone are the days, gentlemen, where men and women used to play this subtle game called courtship or flirting, you know, where both people knew exactly what's going on, but at the same time, if you were not part of the game, you probably wouldn't have noticed it because it was subtle, right? It was giving hints, and the reason that worked is because in the past, or traditionally at least, when people were interested in one another, they both understood that the other person is not banging for other people at the same time, you know? So you had this, it was part of the agreement that if you were flirting with someone, you weren't dating a bunch of other people, right? But nowadays, guys, we've reached a point in society where when we meet each other, we have to like sign an agreement where, okay, so now we are C/342 type of relationship that includes this sort of commitment on Tuesdays but not on Wednesdays, but it also excludes these sort of behaviors, but we are intentional but not really exclusive, but this and that and the other thing. And it's like, holy hell, man. If you want to be a normal person and you just try to date someone and you think that it's implied that you are you know, exclusive, you cannot really know nowadays. Like the other person, because you didn't sign a contract and mention all the, you know, sub points of the agreement to them on the first date, maybe they are banging with 16 other people that very same day. You never know. What a horrible place. I'm going to sit down with him next time I see him and clear the air. I'm not doing this crap over texting. In the meantime, one of you lovely Redditors contacted me and ran some background on him. It came up clean. It came up clean, she says, guys, like a FBI agent. Though we think he might be living with his mom or aunt, which is neither here nor there for me. I'm cool with intergenerational living, especially as a single parent, which he is, so the guy is a single dad. But if he is, that will explain why I'm not going over to his place. Again, I need to just talk to him and lay it out. By the way, this whole thing, guys, some of you will say, you know, it's for her to make sure that the guy is neat and all that. For me, it's just very creepy to be stalking this guy, where he lives, who does he live with. I don't know, I just find it very creepy. I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing that people do this about me. I don't know about you. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't paranoid after what you all said. So, there's the end of the Raid article, gentlemen. What do you think about this whole thing? What do you think about this whole video? Or do you just want to turn off your brain after watching these massive loads of cringe, delusion, and coping? Right, gentlemen? But that's what you came here for, to watch the channel with the cringiest content on the whole internet. So if you like it, gentlemen, like and subscribe. Come check me on Patreon, maybe you like it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.